A shooting at a local pizza parlor sends one juvenile to the hospital.
We've got another round of wind and rain headed back to East Alabama. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Metal Buildings, custom metal buildings built right here in Anniston.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Carl Brady. A shooting Monday night at Little Caesars Pizza on Quintard in Anniston involving four 17-year-old juveniles sent one of them to the hospital and could result in charges against two others. Anniston Police Chief Nick Bowles says this morning that the shooting was the result of an ongoing clash between the juveniles, two of whom work at the pizzeria. Bowles says his officers have pieced together what happened from surveillance video taken inside the store. At approximately 7:18 p.m., a juvenile from Oxford and a juvenile from East Aboga entered the restaurant's lobby. The teen from East Aboga had his face covered with a mask and pulled up his T-shirt, exposing a Draco pistol as an act of intimidation to the two Little Caesars employees, both of whom are residents of Anniston. The individual from Oxford went behind the counter and attacked one of the employees. A fistfight broke out between all four people. One of the employees was armed with a pistol during the fight. The youth from East Aboga disengaged from his fight and pointed his weapon in the direction of his friend and the armed employee, who were still fighting. The employee and the male with the Draco pistol exchanged at least one shot each inside the lobby. As the suspects and the armed employee exited the building, another round was fired from the Draco. As the suspects were running away, the armed employee fired several more rounds in their direction. The armed employee was hit twice with non-life-threatening injuries. He was transported to UAB, where he's still being treated. The other employee had minor non-firearm related injuries. Both suspects have been identified, according to Bowles, and because of their ages, none of their names have been released at this time. Anniston investigators are working with the Calhoun County District Attorney's Office and the Calhoun County Juvenile Court to apply appropriate charges in the case. Bowles thanked his investigators along with Calhoun County E911, the 7th Judicial Major Crimes Unit, Calhoun County DA Lynn Hammond and her staff, and the U.S. Marshals Service for their help on the case. He also commended Little Caesars employees and their high-definition video in helping with the investigation. The Rainbow City Police Department has charged a suspect in a high-speed chase earlier this month that one of its officers was injured in. The suspect, 27-year-old Zachery Wayne Malone of Cropwell, is now facing multiple charges in Etowah County in addition to those brought by the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office. On October 4th, the pursuit of Malone crossed from St. Clair into Etowah County, where an officer attempted to use spike strips to safely terminate the chase. The spikes didn't work, and the officer sustained non-life-threatening injuries as a result. Malone has been charged with assault in the second degree, felony attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, reckless endangerment, and driving under the influence of a controlled substance. His bond has been set at more than $400,000, and he remains in custody at the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office. Well, not all that glitters is gold, especially on the internet. We'll have details when we come back.
Big dreams deserve a strong foundation. Whether you're starting a business, building a backyard shop, or just need more space, Waldrop Metal Buildings is ready to help. Every project is built to fit your vision, your style, and your budget. Let's bring that dream to life. Call Waldrop today.
Craig Miller at Miller's Sand and Landscape Supply. How would you like to come home and sit down and relax in front of a fire pit? Here at Miller's Sand and Landscape Supply, we've got different types of fire pits. You want to relax, tailgate in your backyard? It's Miller's Sand and Landscape Supply. Not only we have the firewood to go in the fire pit, but the fire pit to put it in here at Miller's Sand and Landscape Supply.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit us at any one of our 5 locations in Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln.
A suspect has been arrested in connection with a large-scale gold fraud scheme uncovered by Cleburne County Sheriff's Office in cooperation with the 7th Judicial Major Crimes Unit. Sheriff John Daniel says the investigation began with a computer virus pop-up that led a Cleburne County resident to contact an individual claiming to represent a fraud prevention agency. The suspect convinced his victim that their financial accounts had been compromised and told them to withdraw large sums of money and purchase gold to protect their assets. The suspect then arranged in-person meetings to collect the funds and valuables for safekeeping. Last week, deputies and investigators executed a raid in the Borden Springs area, taking the suspect into custody without incident. The individual, identified as Daniyal Makki, was charged with attempted theft by deception in the first degree. Sheriff Daniel reminds the public that no legitimate financial institution will ever request that someone withdraw money, purchase gold, or deliver cash or valuables to resolve a security issue. These are common tactics used by organized fraud groups to deceive victims into surrendering their savings. Would-be drug smugglers will now find it harder to get their illegal products into the Etowah County Detention Center. The jail has completed a series of major exterior security upgrades designed to deter contraband and improve overall safety inside the facility. According to Sheriff Jonathan Horton, these enhancements have already reduced drug-related incidents and created a safer environment for both deputies and inmates. As one of the largest county jails in Alabama, the Etowah Center houses 865 beds in the main facility and additional 112 beds in its annex. Since its construction in 1993, the facility has been located on a street corner in downtown Gadsden with no external perimeter barriers on three sides. This made it possible for individuals to reach the jail's outer walls and send contraband like narcotics into the facility. 3 years ago, Sheriff Horton and the Etowah County Commission developed a plan to significantly enhance the jail's exterior security. The work included installing 16 feet tall Constantine fencing along the 9th Street side of the building and the opposite side adjacent to the Etowah County Judicial Building. To secure the front of the facility, a protective awning was constructed and fitted with spike strips along the top edge. Additional security cameras were installed to increase monitoring capabilities. The improvements, which were completed earlier this month, have already delivered measurable results. Horton says contraband smuggling incidents decreased dramatically and inmate overdoses have dropped by almost 90%. Some of the funding for the project came from opiate abatement funds that were part of a national lawsuit settlement with opioid drug manufacturers. The local city council now finds itself dealing with several hospitals that are interested in locating within the community. That story and more when we return.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
Celebrate Halloween with Old Noble. From spooky decor and frightfully fun gifts to cozy touches that make your home the perfect haunted hideaway, Old Noble has everything you need to get into the spirit of the season. And while you're here, don't forget to check out our locally branded merchandise, the perfect treat for showing off your hometown pride this fall. Stop by Old Noble in downtown Anniston today and make this Halloween one to remember.
This segment of EAN Mobile News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
After more than 7 years without a hospital, the city of Jacksonville is now being considered for a standalone emergency room to handle local medical emergencies. The city council talked Monday night about the best way to handle proposals being made by at least 3 hospital groups in the region. The latest proposal came last week when RMC and Anniston partnered with Jacksonville State University to consider a new facility on Alabama Highway 21 across from Merrill Hall. Councilmember Terry Wilson recommended that the council hold a meeting with all of the interested parties over the next few weeks to discuss the proposals.
We would entertain proposals from hospitals that want to make a proposal, come to a work session, call work session, let them make their presentations. The citizens would have the opportunity to come and hear what each hospital can bring to the city. So, you know, ER is an ER is an ER, but what beyond that is what kind of health care can the citizens of Jacksonville get just behind what is the ER status. So,
while the Jacksonville Council took no formal action Monday night, members did agree that they would work out the details for a meeting with the hospital groups after the new city administration takes office next week. Well, there's a chance we might see some frost on the pumpkins before the week is over. John Holder's in the Pool Doctor Weather Center, and he has all the details.
Carl, we've got some wind and rain to deal with first, but indeed, you are correct. We could have some frost on the pumpkin by as early as Friday morning. We will take a look at the forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Are you game day ready? WM Grocery has everything you need to fire up the grill. Hot dogs, brats, sausage, ribs, juicy steaks, fresh ground beef, and chicken. Plus, all the grill accessories you need to make your tailgate a success. Wherever you're tailgating, stop by and see us in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and Piedmont. WM Grocery, where game day begins.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from CARES Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We're available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARES DPC today.
EAN News would like to thank all our commercial sponsors. Go check out our sponsors' links in the description below. This segment of EAN Local Weather is brought to you by Pool Doctor Custom Pools in Jacksonville. Personal, professional, quality.
Another cloudy and overcast day today all across East Alabama. We have not seen any sunshine since late Saturday afternoon, and we may not see any sunshine until late Thursday afternoon. A stretch of really cloudy and gloomy weather across the region. Today on Quintard Avenue in Anniston, you see those clouds in place, thick clouds today. No rain today, but that's coming. Here at the Pool Doctor Weather Center, topping out at 61 this afternoon, 10 degrees below the average. 5 degrees above the average this morning at 52. That's what happens when we have the clouds in place. We don't have much heating in the day. We don't have much cooling at night. Tonight across East Alabama, things are about to change drastically. Rain returns late tonight, probably after midnight tonight. But once the rain settles in, it is going to be here for a while. We got a 70% chance of rain. The low tonight will be 49. Winds are going to kick up 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting as high as maybe 30 after midnight tonight. So this is going to be a raw, cold, windy, rainy night coming up late tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning across East Alabama. So here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look at the wind and the rain. 9 o'clock tomorrow, only sitting at 52. The rain continues at lunchtime, only 55 degrees. Another day tomorrow where we stay in the 50s all day long. By the time you're getting out of work and school tomorrow afternoon, again, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, 58 degrees. No severe weather with this. This is not that kind of a system, but certainly a steady soaking rain, wind, and cool temperatures. Not going to be a very pleasant day on your Wednesday coming up across the region. Here's the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. You see the rain chance tomorrow at 90%. Just about everybody tomorrow going to see a soaking rain, highs in the 50s. Thursday, we're trying to be optimistic about seeing some sunshine back in here, but I'll be honest with you, if we see any sunshine, it will not be until late in the day on Thursday towards sunset, and that will keep our highs only in the 50s once again. Then here comes the cold air. Again, 38 degrees Friday morning, 38 Saturday morning. The good news is sunshine will return back in here in full force on Friday, and it will stay with us all through the weekend, and temperatures are going to heat up from low 60s on Saturday to mid 60s on Sunday. We'll be in the upper 60s by Monday, flirting with 70 degrees again by Monday afternoon. Nighttime lows are going to stay on the cool side. Lower 40s, upper 30s throughout the period, but some dry weather. We had dry weather, now we're wet weather, and now we're back to dry weather. That's going to be the pattern that we're in over the course of the next 7 days. Here's what is happening. We'll take a look at the surface map here. Here is tomorrow, and as you can see, rain throughout the entire eastern half pretty much of the United States, including here in the southeast. We've got this low pressure system and this cold front sitting basically right there on the Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee border in that area right around Florence and Muscle Shoals. Once that passes through here, and it'll take it a while to clear out, but once that passes through here, that's when we get the cold temperatures, and that's when we get the clear weather and sunshine coming back on Friday. I will be back here tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 a.m. with your Wednesday weather at a glance, and right back here tomorrow night for EAN Local News, detailing the forecast for the rest of the work week and the weekend. That's coming up tonight. When we come back after the break, Carl Brady is back with more EAN Local News.
At Pool Doctor Custom Pools in Jacksonville, we believe a great pool is where the best memories are made. Family cookouts, sunny afternoons, kids laughing and splashing, it all starts with a pool that's clean, clear, and ready for fun. That's where we come in. From trusted Pentair products to the cutting-edge BeatBot cleaners, plus top quality chemicals and fun accessories, we've got everything you need to keep your pool perfect. Visit Pool Doctor today, where pool care meets family care.
Life doesn't stop for car service, and now it doesn't have to. With the Ford Mobile Service Van from Buster Miles Ford, our certified technicians come to you for oil changes, brake service, tire rotations, battery tests, and more. It's the same trusted service now delivered right to your driveway. Schedule your Ford Mobile service today at bustermilesford.com.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News. We appreciate all of your support. Please like and subscribe to see more local news for your area. We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.